You ever get a digital document, a PDF of a license or a certificate, and you just get that little feeling in the back of your mind, wait a second, is this thing even real? I mean, in a world where pretty much anything can be photoshopped, how do we actually prove a digital file is legit? Well, that's a huge problem. And today, we're going to look at a solution that's aiming to be the absolute gold standard for building that digital trust. Let's dive in.
Okay, so picture this. You're a hiring manager at a hospital. A nurse sends you a PDF of their license. You need to know if it's real, and you need to know now. Or maybe you're buying a house, and you get an email with the wiring instructions. How do you know for sure that some hacker didn't sneak in and change the bank account number on that PDF? That little moment of doubt, that's exactly what we're tackling.
This problem actually has a name. It's called the trust gap. It's this weird space we live in, right? We've got this super modern digital world, but then millions of our most important records. We're talking academic transcripts, professional licenses, you name it. They're all still stuck in the past. These documents are critical, but checking them means we have to fall back on these old school manual methods. And let's be real for a second, that old way of doing things, it's completely broken. It's slow, it's clunky, and honestly, it's dangerously insecure. It just can't keep up with how fast we move today. I mean, just think about what it takes for a University Registrars office or a state licensing board to verify one single credential. It starts this insane cycle of phone calls, digging through old file cabinets, sending emails back and forth, and sometimes you're even waiting on snail mail. It's just a huge administrative headache, and it leaves the door wide open for fraud.
The difference here is just night and day, right? The manual way is slow, it's risky, and it costs a ton of money and labor. But a true digital approach, well, that promises the exact opposite. Verification that's instant, automatic, and locked down with cryptography, so it can scale to millions of records. So if the solution seems so obvious, why isn't everyone already doing this?
Well, it really boils down to three big roadblocks. First, you've got integration friction. Just think of the massive IT projects required just to get different systems to talk to each other. It's a nightmare. Then there's data structure friction, trying to force organizations to reformat decades of records into some new, rigid template. And finally, ceremony friction, which is this logistical mess of trying to get every single person to actively go online and claim their own digital credential. These barriers have kept a real digital solution just out of reach for most organizations.
But what if there was a way to just sidestep all of those problems entirely? A company called the National Data Registry has come up with a method that does exactly that. And it's this really elegant three-step solution that finally makes this kind of widespread digital trust a reality.
So here's the high-level view, the whole thing in a nutshell. It starts with AI that can automatically read and understand pretty much any document you throw at it. Then it locks that document down with a cryptographic seal that's basically impossible to break. And finally, it puts that secure record into a registry where anyone can look it up and verify it in seconds. Simple as that. So let's dig into step one, because this is where the magic really starts. An organization, let's say it's a university with like 50,000 old transcripts, they don't have to do any data entry. No, they literally just drag and drop their existing files, PDFs, scanned images, whatever, right into the system. The AI then reads every single document, pulls out the key info like names and license numbers, and automatically turns those dumb files into smart, searchable records. Okay, so once the record's in, it has to be secured. And the system does this by creating something called a digital seal. The best way to think about it is like this. It takes a unique digital fingerprint of the original file, that's the hash, and then it combines that fingerprint with a secret key that only the organization who issued it has. The result is this super strong cryptographic signature that proves two really critical things: who issued the document, and that the document has not been changed by so much as a single pixel. And all that tech in the background is what makes the process so incredibly simple for the person on the other end. So a validator, like an employer, can either search for a license number, or even easier, they just upload the copy of the document they were given. The system instantly calculates that file's fingerprint and checks it against the official digital seal in the registry. And the result comes back immediately, verified or failed. No gray area, no waiting around. So that's the technology. Pretty cool, right? But what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's talk about how different organizations are using this to save a ton of time and, more importantly, to slam the door on fraud. What's amazing is that this core technology has incredibly broad uses. Yeah, we've talked about academic credentials, but the same idea applies to creating tamper-proof timestamps for digital photos or videos. It's used for preserving critical financial records for the long haul, making sure they're legally admissible. It even extends to secure document signing, locking down contracts with verifiable digital signatures. It all comes back to that same solid foundation of data integrity. Let's get really specific. Take a state medical board. Instead of their phones ringing off the hook all day with verification requests, they can just upload their entire database of nursing licenses to the registry. So now, when a hospital needs to verify a new hire, they just go online and get an instant answer. This saves a crazy amount of admin hours, but more importantly, it helps prevent someone with a fake license from getting hired. Or think about a University Registrars office. They might be sitting on decades of old student transcripts just stored as PDFs. By just dropping those files into the system, they create an instant, verifiable database. So now, an alumnus who needs their transcript for a job application can get a verified copy in seconds, not days. It's a game changer for them and the university. And here's a big one, a really high-stakes financial example. A real estate firm or a notary can issue their official wiring instructions and lock them into the registry. Now, before a home buyer sends hundreds of thousands of dollars, they can just upload the PDF they received and confirm it's the authentic, unaltered original. That one simple check can stop devastating wire fraud in its tracks. And you should know this isn't some brand new, untested idea. The National Data Registry has been working on and perfecting this exact process for over 25 years. They are genuine experts in securing and authenticating digital files, which is why so many organizations trust them to be the source of truth.
So, what we're really looking at here is the future of verification. It's a system that's been built from the ground up to be the gold standard, to provide a single, verifiable source of truth for all of our most important digital documents. At the end of the day, it's all about becoming that invaluable partner that provides access to authentic credentials. When the stakes are high, you just need a system you can trust, no questions asked. And that's really the core mission here. And that really brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. Just imagine, what would our world look like if every critical document, every license, every transcript, every legal notice could be trusted instantly by anyone anywhere in the world? The potential for fighting fraud and just creating a more efficient, trustworthy world is, well, it's absolutely profound.